Hello, my darlings. Welcome back to Third Eye Exchange. Welcome to this, I want to say weeks pick a card, even though I don't do them weekly, but maybe I should. This week's theme, we'll just keep going with it, is what blessings will I be reaping during third harvest? So that is the time around October 19th. It is, I think, in the pagan festival of Mabon or Mabon. I don't know. I could be saying that totally wrong, and I apologize if I am. But let's get in. Pick your pile. Do whatever you need to do. Get centered. And I will see you at your pile. Don't forget to comment down below. Hit the like button and subscribe if you love your messages. Pile 1. We have the Green Witch Oracle. Pile 2, we have the Urban Crow Oracle, which I just got and I'm absolutely loving. Pile 3 is the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. And pile 4 is Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. We're getting closer to spooky season, so I'm excited, and that kind of drove the theme here. This is the Garden Pile, the Crow Pile, the Mabon Pile, which is kind of the pagan season that we're in now, and then the Samhain will be next. So whatever resonates, whatever draws you in, that's the pile that I recommend you pick. All right, I will see you in the next moment. Hi, pile 1. You chose the Garden Pile, so without further ado, let us get in. But first, actually, let me prep real quick by saging to reset. And if you like what I'm doing here with the matches, oops, my fan's on too, so it might take a minute. Or there we go, the big flame, the big boss flame. If you like this match jar sage bundle situation, you should definitely go buy one in my Etsy shop. I will link it down below. The only thing I do not like about sage is how messy it is. And I do not advise, if you're going to use matches, to have your fan on, because it just, no. Okay, that was a fail. We're using the lighter. But when you don't have your fan on, it works very well. There we go. There she blows. Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time with the Palo Santo. There we go. I've been humbled. It's fine. And just so you know, the sage is ethically sourced. And so is the Palo Santo, and the little sachet bags are 100% organic cotton. So, also, the match jars are refillable. I will be launching a refill bundle very soon that will be including another sage, another Palo Santo, and 20 more matches to fill up the jar, as well as a replacement striker sticker in case you need one. Like I said, it hasn't launched yet, but I will be launching that shortly. And these are great because if you decide for any reason that you don't want to refill them, you can make little protection jars out of them. Or spell jars, whatever you prefer. This one is specifically for protection. But yeah, so anyway, I digress. Let's get in pile one. All right. Spirit, tap me into pile one's third harvest blessings. Tap me into, okay, I guess we're using that one. Pile one's third harvest blessings. Love that. Pile one's third harvest blessings. We'll take it. Pile one's third harvest blessings. One more, come on. Alright, cool. Before I even turn the deck over, I think it's safe to say that they're really highlighting here to have hope, because that was the only card that flipped right over and was like in your face to begin with. So we're off to a great start. And without further, we'll also get in, but we'll get in deeper to that. But let's see what the back of the deck is. Longevity. So immediately I'm being taken to some kind of business endeavor. And with the underlying energy being longevity and then hope coming out to start us off, it has me think whatever you clicked on this video about is probably related to the glow up or blow up in a good way of a business endeavor, maybe even a creative project, but I definitely am being taken to a business endeavor. So you're probably my business owners in this pile, my entrepreneurs. And we have 39, which breaks down to 12, which the root of that is 3, and that is about Jupiter expansion. Longevity, this is Scorpio energy, so this could be death and rebirth, transformation. The sun, we have the sun here, so that's a great omen as well. Whatever you're working on, even if you feel like throwing in the towel, they're telling you don't give up, like stick to it, have hope. Don't let this bring down your confidence. We have solar plexus, like yellow here. You also might have been seeing daffodils, or you might start seeing daffodils as like little like physical manifestations of like spirit cheering you on. They're really highlighting here to just hang on, like I want to say at the finish line. I'm just like kind of free channeling right now, but we'll get deeper in. Okay. This is not, oh, also, before I get into that one, the 38 breaks down to 11, and anytime I see 11, you guys are gonna probably put this on a t-shirt at some point. Like, anytime I see 11, it means a portal is opening up. So I think it's really important to note that they're trying to tell you. And then you also have Taurus energy here. So staying grounded, like I said, don't let your self-esteem be affected if things haven't come to fruition in the physical yet, the way that you are hoping or trying to manifest. And because when all is said and done, like very soon a portal's about to open up and your manifestations are going to come rushing in. Also, I think that that's what this third harvest blessing is going to be for you by the end of this period. So that's awesome. And then where you're at, gratitude. So even though I feel like the energy's been a little bit, and this is collective, don't forget, the energy has been a little bit intense lately because we are in eclipse season. There has been definitely an element of like groundedness and gratitude for sure. Like I feel like blessings are already starting to trickle in, and like, you know, as maybe intense and potentially stressful as the energy could be at times right now, there is still a lot to be grateful for, and also the higher heart. So honestly, this energy feels really balanced. I feel like anything that you're dealing with right now, it's nothing that you can't overcome. It's something that it's something new. Like it's nothing that you haven't already overcome. I know a lot of cardinal signs, maybe some fixed signs as well. I've been looking into the astrology of this Pluto going retrograde back into Capricorn one last time before it moves, I think, into Aquarius for the next cycle, that long karmic cycle that's about to end for a lot of us. And it would make sense if there were a lot of cardinal signs in here. The intensity is really being brought, like whatever like our main triggers were that we've worked through in this cycle, maybe one last or most recent element of that is being triggered to come up to the surface, to be basically for us to say our final goodbye to. So that's something to also keep note of as well. We need to do trust. Yeah, more Scorpio energy. Wow. Maybe Gemini here. That's like and with the pink here of like the higher health, the higher heart, I'm so sorry. The higher heart chakra. That's also like the Lovers, but could also be like self-love. I think also like it's a time to be experiencing like new heights in terms of self-love, realizing how far we've come, being grateful for that 100%. And then what we need to do, this breaks down to 3. So that's more expansion. What you need to do, trust your intuition. You see this eye, it makes me think of, also trust that you're protected, because it makes me think of the third eye, but it also makes me think of like this evil eye. And then we have the Scorpio, so that's like the shadow. Trust that whatever's coming up right now, I think this is the last hurrah before a lot of like big manifestations come in. Like I said, it's the final goodbye. And this is kind of like the last legs of the journey, if you will, to this blessing that's coming in for the third harvest. Okay. So this points to, like you see the yellow, there's yellow twice here, and that definitely stands out. So in this cleansing, the 25 adds up to 7, so that's highly spiritual. We also have Gemini again. So some of us, it might be like clearing out past love relationships, but like I said, this is very business geared, this pile. So I think a lot of this is going to be clearing out things that no longer serve us, clearing out old habits, old outdated beliefs that don't empower us, even eating habits, actually. That's another one, because honestly, that makes such a difference in how we operate day to day, our eating. You know, we want nourishment from all aspects of our life, all avenues, you know, the things that we're consuming on social media, food, our workouts, our friendships, our connections, our business partnerships, our work, whatever that looks like for us, our creativity, like our projects. So there is a big upheaval. And also, one thing to note, also maybe even how we communicate, because we have Gemini twice here so far, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which rules communication. I also think there's like, because there is a clearing out in all those old outdated beliefs, the way that we communicate, I think, is going to be more grounded, and also more out of grounded in self-love, and really speaks to how we show up for ourselves, which at this point I think we've all really started to love and appreciate ourselves in the last few years of this cycle, through everything that we've learned and all of the trials that we have faced. Another 3, would you look at that? Affection and Taurus energy. So that's like, it gives me like Empress energy vibes. I also have another 3, which is expansion. But so yeah, so honestly, I feel like I said, this is like very business related, this pile. It could be that like I'm getting like maybe even a social media presence that you're trying to build your business, to get your business out there, to grow your business. And you see like with the mirror and affection, I could see that the third harvest blessing for you is going to be that's something that you're bringing in, a bigger social media presence, more connections, really being appreciated and admired, and attracting clients that know the value of what you're offering. 100%. And this is all going to come in, like I said, third harvests are around the end of October, but I'm also getting, you know, for some by the end of the year for sure. Remember, time is fluid, and sometimes timelines shift and change. So also keep that in mind. But this is something that there's not really a lot of obstacles. We're really just getting through the last final stretch, and this is amazing. Like, you guys have done so much work. I feel like your business journey in and of itself has been a spiritual journey and a self-love journey as well. And I guess like through each of these aspects of your journey here on earth, they've really helped build the other modality up for you. So that's amazing. I'm so excited, pile 1. I can't wait to hear what happens, see what happens. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, comment below, and subscribe and share with your best friend. It really helps the algorithm and will help me get these messages out to more people who need them, and also grow my channel so I can better serve you guys. I love you. I hope you have an amazing third harvest, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, before I film the rest of the piles, I forgot to do a little like mini love message for pile 1. I've been called to like do little love messages for all the piles today, just because I'm feeling like with all this big cycle ending. Okay. Marriage, wedding bells are ringing. This could mean that you are meeting a partner who is going to be a long-term partner, or someone that you're going to marry. This could also mean that you are coming into union with your destiny, because I know pile 1 was very business related. So keep that in mind as well. But I love you. I'm really excited to see what happens. Also, something to note, this is divinely guided because friendly support, fairies, guides, and friends give aid. So just wanted to get that out there for you, Pile 1. But have a great one. Love you. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. You chose the Crow Pile, aka the Urban Crow Oracle deck. And this reading is going to be about what blessings will be coming in for your third harvest. So we are going to reset the space. In Pile 1, I don't know if you saw, if you decided to cross watch, but I tried to show you guys my match jars and light this with a match, but because my fan is on right now, it's just not happening. So we are gonna skip the match part. But if you're interested in buying one of my sage bundles, it comes with a sage bundle that this specific one that I'm lighting right now, and also Palo Santo, this stick, and a homemade match jar with a striker on the bottle. And it's amazing. It's glass, it's refillable. And if you decide for any reason that you don't want to refill it, you can also use it to make spell jars or protection jars or collect sand from your favorite place around the world. So that might be a theme here because I didn't even think of that in the last pile, but let's set the space. And you can purchase this on my Etsy shop. Everything is ethically sourced and the sachets are 100% organic cotton, which right here. So I will link my Etsy in the description in case you'd like to purchase one. Love this. All right. Okay. Sorry, I don't like to keep anything, what's the word? Encouraging any type of paraphernalia or substance use, just because some people are not into that. That's just I was at this psychic fair and there were these these ladies that were selling cannabis and giving out samples if you followed their social media, and they're cool. I'm not judging anybody if that's what you're into, but you never know who's watching, so I just like to try to keep it kosher for everybody. All right, Pile 2. But I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I looked at that, I started feeling this urge to smoke. So I don't know, maybe you guys are smoking or like smoking weed, you know what I mean? Maybe you guys are into that. Maybe that's what you're doing right now watching this. Which that's interesting. Purple candles. I just noticed the purple candle on my angel candle. Alright, anyway. Maybe that's relevant. Maybe you've been lighting purple candles lately to strengthen your intuition. Oh shit, okay, sorry. Okay, anyway. So Spirit, tap me into Pile 2's third harvest blessing, or blessings, that's equal to, tap me into Pile 2's third harvest blessing, okay. Let's see, we'll see how you look at things. Oh wow, okay, cool. Nice. this. Okay. Sorry, I didn't use these before. They're kind of throwing me off. So the underlying energy is displacement, which in this instance, as soon as I looked at it, I thought like moving. Could also be shifting jobs. But it just made me think of like moving. Displacement. Something is being overthrown. Like I said, I think for a lot of you it's gonna be some kind of move, maybe somewhere like overseas. And then see the 13, it adds up to 4. So 4, I always take, to me, this was what resonates for me. 4 always reminds me of like Taurus energy, or the home, stability, stable grounds, foundations, 4th house. So displacement. Okay. So there's something like I said, this is maybe a move or a job change, or a job change because of a move, or a move because of a job change. Something that is like completely out of your comfort zone. Like it's like shifting your entire timeline, and you're scared shitless. Seriously. Because this is basically where you're at right now. And also the 18 adds up to 9, so you're at the end of a cycle. And I have a feeling every pile is gonna have like their one thing that they're like shedding before the blessing comes in, because it's eclipse season. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's a theme across the board here. Usually in periods of like change and manifestation, we do have one thing that we are letting go of in order to invite the new in anyway. So this is something that you want, though. You might even be moving somewhere like that is by the beach, or you might have been somewhere more inland and you moved somewhere closer to the water. This could even be for some of you, I'm not getting like a super spiritual vibe from this pile, but for some of you it could be that you're like if you're tapping into your spiritual gifts, that they're beginning to break, or you want to cultivate certain things like mediumship or psychic channeling or what have you, just communication with spirit. Because I was actually watching something about third eye decalcification earlier, and it reminded me, like, these shells here remind me of how she spoke about you can do meditations to decalcify your pineal gland, and imagine like a liquid that's safe for the body but like completely dissolves the shell around the pineal gland. And I don't know why that just made me think of that. That's only going to be for a few of you. In general, this is a risk. Or it's something, you know what? I don't even want to say this is a risk. Like, on the surface, from a 3D perspective, yes, this is a risk. But, like, from a spiritual perspective, this is exactly what you should be doing. Like, make sure that you're preparing as best you can, obviously, and like trying to set yourself up for the best possible outcome. But you know in your heart, like, it's time. Like, it's time. You heard the call and you're ready. And I think why they wanted me to get into that now that we're in the perspective, this is in like the what you need to do position essentially. And also, by the way, the 4 and 1 adds up to 5, which is change. So what you want, change, this big change coming in. You want this, but you're so afraid of falling on your face. And that's okay. That's human nature. And I also just think this is probably like, there's probably a lot of earth signs in this pile, or big earth placements in your chart, because the energy of this is very like earthy. And what you need to do, it's like shift your perspective. And the 3 and 5 adds up to 8, so that's like abundance. I always, when I think of Jupiter, I think of number 3 usually, but in this situation, like, I also associate abundance with Jupiter and expansion. So I think that's why they wanted me to talk about the spiritual versus the 3D right now. Like, you have to think of it in broader terms, like see the higher picture, because we also have the hawk here. Anytime I see hawks in my real life, it's about like seeing things from a higher perspective or the bigger picture of things. So I also think that this points to working in tandem with the universe. The universe is going to help guide you and support you through this huge, literal, life-altering change that you're embarking on. This is divinely guided and orchestrated as well, I might add. They're definitely like gonna be watching out for you and making sure that everything goes to plan. Also, this adds up to 12, which breaks down to 3. Also, again, expansion, Jupiter, blessings from the divine, handouts from the divine when we're in most need of them. You can also see like the fish is raining down on him at the end of the day in the outcome. He's lucky. Out with the old, in with the new. Like, he took this big risk. He followed his heart, his gut, whatever you want to call it. And he's eating, baby. He's eating. And luck. What was I gonna say? Oh, yes. Like, that's why I said out with the old, in with the new, because this adds up to 10. Anytime I see 10 or 10, you might have even been seeing those numbers. And then also, you know, well, this pile in this, the change card, I'm seeing that as a change card in this situation. This is something that through this is going, like I said, I think this is a big move, like a big move. It could be for love, it could be for career, but either way, like, you're coming out the other side of this, like, extremely victorious. Extremely victorious. You know what? I'm gonna pull a tarot card because I'm trying to make these all about 20 minutes. Let's see if they'll tell us, like, what the luck is specifically towards. Empress. So, yeah, that's, like, bringing in blessings. So it could be blessings of all kinds, honestly. Like, you might move and make this big shift, and all of a sudden, like you get, you know, like, you're financially abundant and stable, and then you meet a partner if you don't have one already. Or you just, like, so your psychic gifts break. Like, there's a number of things that I think this is going to do for you. And it is stable energy. So I am also, though this is the Empress, so this makes me think of like Taurus, Venus energy. So there definitely could be some love coming in for you. And then ironically, we have the Hanged One / the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck. Often when I see this, it's alluding to you're the one in the driver's seat here. You're the one who, you're taking the lead. Also, hawks, I also see as like leadership and freedom sometimes. So that's highlighted here too. Like, you're the one who is making this decision, and you see the sun behind him. All he has to do is get down, and this, instead of sweating and being like at the mercy of the sun, he could just get down and hang out in the water, which I'm assuming might be below this, or hang out under the trees and chill. So, and then honestly, because like more Venus energies, Venusian energies came out, we'll take one from the love. A little mini love message for you guys. And you'll see it's gonna all work out. Spirit, let's get a little love message for pile 2, please. Soulmate, you have found your romantic counterpart. At the bottom, we have love language, acts of service, actions speak louder than words. So make sure, I think in this situation, let them show you. Showing is more important than telling you. Showing you is more important than telling you. Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'm sorry it's not as long as pile 1, but we did our little thing, and I'm really excited for you, pile 2. Hang in there. You're almost through the over the hump, through the curve, whatever. And if you like this reading, comment down below. Let me know what happens. Like, share with your best friend. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps so I can bring messages to, excuse me, I'm purging right now, the people that need them. And I cannot wait to see what your third harvest has in store for you. Love you. See you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 3. You chose the Mabon Pile. So this is your reading. And before we start, we're going to cleanse the energy. If you caught some of pile 1 or pile 2, you already know I was using my handmade match jars to light this, but my fan's on, so the matches were not matching. Well, they were, but they were being blown out by the fan. So I am lighting the sage bundle. This comes in my sage bundles. It is ethically sourced. And we love that here. Perfect. We got a nice smoke going. Look at that. Look at that. Only thing I don't like about sage and Palo Santo, well, mostly sage, but they're very messy. That's why I have this big ass bowl. And then this is the Palo Santo that also comes in the sage smudge bundles, whatever you want to call them. Sage bundles, smudge bundles. Reset the energy here. This is also ethically sourced. That's something that it's extremely important to me moving forward. I know that that's been a big issue. Over the last few years, people are being exploited in South America and other parts of the world to harvest these as they become more and more popular and in demand. So that was something that was very important for me as I was creating these. I feel like I'm telling you guys my life story. And also, all of the sachets are 100% organic cotton. Very soon I'm going to be launching refills that are also sustainably made and eco-friendly. And the match jars are refillable. The refill little bundles they're gonna come in like a paper bag with 20 matches to fill this back up, another striker paper in case you need it, another bundle of sage, and another stick of Palo Santo. So that will be launched very shortly, probably by Christmas time. So keep an eye out for that. I'll link my Etsy shop down below. But anyway, enough of that. I don't know why I felt like I had to rep hard for that in this pile. So maybe you guys are interested in that. Or you've been looking and that's something important to you. So glad I could help if so. But anyway, without further ado, Spirit, tap me into pile 3. What third harvest blessing will be coming to my pile 3, or blessings? This one tried to drop out, so we'll do that. What third harvest blessing is coming to my pile 3? Let's see, okay. And it was funny because they were like, they wanted me to shuffle 6 times, because the second time I started like shuffling, like, I don't know what it's called, that way I was doing, as opposed to like just shuffling like this. They were like 4, 5, 6. So 6 is Venus energy, and then the cacao, which is heart opening. I actually had some today before my reading because I felt called to. So could be something relationship related. Let's see. Spirit, tap me into pile 3's third harvest blessing. Tap me into pile 3's third harvest blessing. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have root vegetables. Number 33. In those hidden places where most fear to go is where the most nourishment is waiting for you to behold. I'm getting like this is something about self-empowerment, but also like it's giving like hermit mode, like some kind of like self-discovery realization. Maybe something about your past. Let's see. And then number 33, I take that as a very creative number. It's an ascended master. So this could be something about maybe you do readings for people, or your psychic gifts are expanding. This might be my psychic pile. Let's see. We'll get in. Because also there's an owl here. There's an owl here. Let's see if there's any more owls as we go. And also, you see the house on the hill, and we've got roots. So back to your roots, back to the foundation of something, whether it's like mother, father wounds, or, you know, how you were raised. Let's see. Yeah, see, you are loved, you are held, and you are already everything you seek. Change. You are woven with an embrace, protected, loved, and the familiarity of finally being home. Yeah, that's like really being highlighted here, like comfort. Tea magic. And then where you're at. Reach into your subconscious, pull from the source, and weave magic with intention, and the answers will unfold. This is 38, but that adds up to 11, which is like a portal. So maybe do some meditations or some spell work if you're into that. Like I said, I feel like this might be my spiritual pile. And this might be alluding, like I said in pile 1 and 2, I'm going to say it again probably in this one in pile 4. This is eclipse season. So anything that was a large theme over the past 15 years, especially for like cardinal signs and even fixed signs, or if you have those placements, like, or anywhere those placements are for you, whatever like was the biggest theme, I want to say, of that cycle or of that healing that you did over the last 15 years, that's coming up for everybody to say one final goodbye to. So bear that in mind. This could also be about like channeling. So when I open up ceremony to do readings of any kind, collective or one-on-ones, I first do a protective meditation, a guided one from YouTube, and then I do self-Reiki just to like clear out my channel in case there's anything lingering, and also just to reset myself because it helps keep me like in tip-top shape mentally and physically. I guess from a spiritual perspective, which is weird, but if you know, you know. And then for as long as I can, until I feel like it's either I'm about to do my reading, or until they tell me like, you know, that's the end of the messages, I sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and I write down everything that comes through. Like usually I like to sit outside for this, just to be more receptive, but I do it in the house, and spirit still sends me what I need usually. Well, always. Spirit still sends me what I need to get across to the person. This is usually, the channel messages is usually before my one-on-one readings. I will say that. So that might be something good for you to do. Like get into that state, do some sound bowls. Oh, by the way, that's what I do when I do that, like that written channeling, like automatic writing, I guess. I put sound bowls on. Lately I've been putting like theta wave sound bowls or divine connection sound bowls on, and just sitting with whatever comes through, anything, any animals that randomly pop up, or anything I'm like randomly drawn to, or random words and songs or phrases that come into my head. I write it all down. So that might be something really good, and something that will give you perspective, and also something that maybe you'll be able to look back to when the cycle finally closes in October, right around the time of third harvest. So something to keep in mind. I also want to read this one because I don't think I've ever actually pulled this card. So I'm interested to see what it reads. Answers, hard truths. Oh yeah. There might be something about yourself. Like this is giving like shadow work for sure. I don't know if I said that, but I did think it before. Let's see. Your higher self chose this card because the answers you're seeking have been right in front of you for some time, but you've chosen not to see them. Tea magic will visit you when there is a hard truth that needs to be heard and you're experiencing some form of denial. You may even be doing it unintentionally as your ego's way of protecting you from something that may be hurtful or difficult to understand. This may be about a relationship with someone, whether it's family or a lover, even some habits that you've had that are no good for you anymore. It could be something about jobs, like literally it could be anything, but definitely something that doesn't serve you, that you kind of had a hard time like admitting to yourself. Let's see. You may even be doing it unintentionally as your ego's way of protecting you from something that may be hurtful or difficult to understand. Tea magic is a spiritual intervention telling you that while it may be hard, it's time to rip off the band-aid and face the truth of your situation. Take time to think about where illumination needs to occur. What have you been avoiding in your life? Know that ignoring it may only be making your situation worse, and if you don't take action now, you could be facing significant consequences. This could also be something with addictions, unfortunately. And that can come in many forms: substance abuse, relationships. Fortunately, this card means there is time to turn your circumstances around. Your situation will be challenging, but deep down you already know what to do to overcome this obstacle. Before you can face the monster, you need to acknowledge that it's real. That's funny. I was actually going to say that before. Well, I was going to get to that, but I don't need to now. This is a divination tea spell for anybody that might want to do it. This is a great tea to drink before meditation and vision, psychic, and divination work. You will need 2 teaspoons of blue lotus flowers, 1 teaspoon of rose petals, 2 teaspoons of dried lemon balm, 3 teaspoons of dried mugwort, and honey. Steep the ingredients in boiling water for 5 minutes, then strain. Drink a cup before you start your practice. Yeah, but meditation is like really highlighted here, so it's time to go within, darlings. I feel like whatever this is was something that, like, obviously, you know, we know you've been avoiding it, but I think it was something that was really blocking you from, like, truly loving yourself, and by extension, like, receiving love, whether that's from people around you or from the universe. And knowing and understanding truly to the core that you are enough. And like I said, that seems to be something that stems from early on. It could even be like past life karma that you were wrapping up in this lifetime, and that's why you incarnated into those situations. You are woven with an embrace, protected, loved, and the familiarity of finally being home. It's making me feel like creating a safe space for yourself, creating a routine or a ritual where, like, you're creating a feeling of safety for yourself, because I don't know, I just keep feeling like you never had that, or you went through a lot of tumultuous situations in your upbringing, I want to say, or even just for a while recently, like years, could have been part of like lessons that you had to learn. But the way, I almost want to say, like, the way that you're doing things, you can't keep going like this. Yeah. I want to read this one too. And 44, you could leave it as 44, which is like building stability. Also like angelic protection. 4s always give me like Taurus energy vibes, or you can add it up to 8, which is like abundance, the home, even the hearth. Abundance can be seen in many forms. And having safety is one of them. Keywords: security, safety, cozy corner, sacred space, comfort, feeling at home. Your higher self chose this card because you need to be reminded that self-care comes in many forms. Sometimes getting dressed in the morning is what you need to feel motivated, renewed, and powerful, while other times it's standing your ground and saying no. When wool comes into your reading, it's to guide you to find self-care in the small moments of life. This can mean snuggling up in your favorite blanket or finding a quiet corner to dig into a beloved book for the 15th time. It could mean buying a little cabin in the woods somewhere off the beaten path, or heading home for a few days so your parents can hold you and tell you it will be all right. There are some places that just feel like home, and some things, such as a security blanket, that make you feel safe. Receiving this card is your sign that what you need now more than anything else is a feeling of something familiar, something that's like good for your inner child, I keep wanting to say. Because look, in this, it looks like she has, it could be coffee, but I feel like it's like hot cocoa in this situation because we have the cacao right next to it. Wait before starting something new or making any decisions. Instead, seek out some time to reconnect with what once gave you a feeling of peace and ease. Feeling safe allows you to evaluate your situation from a secure place rather than one of fear or anxiety. You'll be able to see your circumstances from the outside rather than standing right in the middle. If you have pulled this card with, let's see. No, it's not. That's not it. Okay. That's it. And then obstacles. What sacrifices have you made for the greater vision of what is to be? It was coming up when I was reading that description just now. Almost like maybe you've been really bad with money, like financially, or you feel like you can never get ahead financially, but it might be, honestly, it might be because you haven't been wise with your money, or wise with your, I guess that's the same thing, but like wise with your investments. Like you might be living at or above your means, or recklessly spending during times of like emotional turmoil. I know I used to do that. I used to go buy things to make me feel better, but that wasn't good for me on many levels. Or spending money on, like bad habits, like going out to eat too much, which can become costly and not as nutritious as if we made something at home. Or I used to go out partying all the time, and to be honest with you, I couldn't afford that, and it was terrible for my health and for my mental health and my physical health. So I think, like I said, I did also feel like an element of that. I think that might be even one of the things that this is about. Kind of admitting to yourself. I think I mentioned this before, like what you've been doing, it's just not working. It's not working. And I think, my recommendation to you, sit down, write down all your expenses, even write down, like go over your bank account. And if you're one of those people that, like, you have to have it written in front of you, like print it out. Even if you can print out like your bank statement from the last 3 months. I don't know why 3 is makes me think of the last 3 months, and add up every single, look over what you made per month, what your necessities are. Like, I'm not talking Netflix and even, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this and it might piss some people off, there are certain things, they're luxuries, like yoga classes, like a membership for things like that. We can do those things at home. If that's something that brings you peace, then think about what you can where maybe you can cut your spending in order to continue affording that. But I will say, if you have financial goals or there's something that you really need to do, it's really important to have the right priorities. And I know sometimes it's hard because we want to give ourselves everything, especially if we grew up without having that, really. But it's really important to cut out as much as possible, or finding ways to cut our spending. For example, me, sorry guys, the video cut out there. As I was saying, for example, when I first moved out into my very first apartment that I had by myself, it was about 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And I was, I had always had roommates or lived with my family. But I was in a really good place financially. I made it all work out. And, about a year and a half, sorry guys, I'm gonna be finishing your reading like this because my phone storage, I tried to optimize it real quick, but it wasn't working. So anyway, as I was saying, you know, like, I had to get another job, and it took me a year to find a good job. Could I have done more? Maybe, but I was going through a very heavy upheaval of, like, a lot of things, and I think I had to go through that experience in order to change my relationship to money, and, like, not, and learn not to place my value on money, and, like, inherently. So it was a very useful tool. It was a hard year for me after my job closed, but I learned how to budget better. Like I said, you know, like, I feel like I just grew up from the experience. I purged a lot of, like, emotions. I purged a lot of, like, lack, scarcity mindset, and probably generations of, like, trauma connected to that. It was hard, but I'm glad I did it. Like, in hindsight, I'm glad I did it, and things have gotten much easier since then, and I'm also grateful for that. So, you know, like, and in that time, I'm just gonna run through this real quick, because this pile is probably gonna be the longest pile, but, you know, I learned how to, like, I ended up, it was becoming too much of a burden, actually, even with the new job I got, which was great, and I'm definitely making more money than I was making the year after my job closed. I ended up having to move out of that apartment halfway through the lease recently, actually, because my landlords had to sell because they couldn't afford their mortgage anymore. Excuse me. So after that, I felt, even though it was the end of a chapter of, like, me living alone, like, I got a roommate. She's really cool. Like, I'm so glad that, like, I came into a position where things are really working in my favor. Like, I feel comfortable here. I don't feel, like, weird having a roommate. Like, I'm also very introverted, so that was something I was afraid of. But, like, I cut costs by, like, $160, so I'm saving almost $200 a month. You know, and, like, able to put that money, like, into my business, into a savings account. That's also something, like, something as small as, like, making little tweaks. Like, I make a list every month of all my bills in my reminders on my iPhone, and I, like, check them off as I'm done so I can see it. But now what I've been doing is, like, something, like I said, tiny tweaks, like making sure that a minimum of whatever, like, I have a set minimum every month that I have to put into my savings now, and that's part of my expenses. So before I take myself out to eat, before I, like, you know, like, go to this, like, Home Goods, or, you know, I love that type of stuff. Before I do any of that stuff, like, I have to have the money, like, every single thing on that list needs to be able to be ticked off by the first of the month before I can spend a cent on anything else. Unless it's, like, groceries, or, like, but that, honestly, groceries, even groceries, I, like, started going to, I don't know if you guys know Aldi. They have really good deals on their produce. Like, I literally got 2 big bags of produce. I shop seasonally. I shop smart. I believe in building a smart pantry and a freezer so you can supplement when you need to. And, like, I bought 2 big bags of stuff a few weeks ago for $50. $50. And it was probably about, like, a week and a half to 2 weeks worth of produce. Some things, you know, you gotta fill in here and there, like strawberries, because they go fast, but you know what I mean. Like, you have to optimize your life. Like, if you want to get ahead, you have to make sacrifices in the short term, and it doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person, or that, like, you know, it's just sometimes we have to make sacrifices in order to reap the benefits of whatever we're trying to manifest, or to create the life that we want. It's not forever, too. You don't have, you know, you're not damned forever. Like, it's just important. It's important, and it's also a form of self-care. And then outcome, meat and wine. Your presence embodied, tasting the pleasure flowing through your being. So this is 25, and it adds up to 7. Sorry, pile 3. I was thrown for a little bit of a loop today with, you know how it is. Okay, so whenever I see this card, it's like abundance, celebration. Like I said, this really gave me the vibe of like financial prosperity in the end, and like having like that security blanket. Like it also, you know, when you have integrity for yourself and you show up for yourself, it really helps boost your confidence, and you feel proud of your accomplishments. You know, like you feel like, wow, like I did what I said I was gonna do. Like, and it's paying off for me. So that also could be applied to if you've been trying to go like to the gym more, or focus on your health, or, you know, like not be in the mix so much. That's, I think, setting up a place that you want to be in your home, or even if you have to move, like if you have like a bad home situation, find whatever you have to do, make the sacrifices you have to make in the short term to prosper in the long term. You'll get it because you see like this is the outcome, but this may even come to fruition. Like I said, this is your third harvest blessing. So this could also be like all these things we talked about could be the past energy, like all the things that led up to you in this meat and wine, the, you know, reaping what you've sown. So I love you, pile 3. If you loved your reading, comment down below, like, don't forget to subscribe and share with your best friend. It really helps the algorithm and helps me reach more people to help. And I'm going to keep showing up for you. You should keep showing up for you. I love you. See you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Before I forget, I wanted to film your mini love message because I'm trying to do one for all the piles. Though I didn't feel like the focus of your reading really was about love, I'm just gonna pull one anyway. Who knows? There is a self-love card in here, so maybe that'll come through. Let's see. I'll just keep. Okay. Third party. You may be dealing with a karmic situation. So yeah, if this is about like you securing like your own space for your own like well-being, maybe like your partner, I'm sorry, I don't want to trigger anybody, but this is just what's coming through. Like maybe you just found out that like your partner has been like having an affair, or I don't like to say things like this either. Like if you guys have watched any of my videos, you know, like that's not me. I don't like to like perpetuate those narratives, but or it could also just be like this cycle that you've been dealing with like the lack of like self-love and the self-sabotage. This all could have been karmic, as I mentioned, and you're putting it to rest in its final resting place this eclipse season and bringing in stability for yourself. So I love you. Bye. I'll see you in the next one. Hello, pile 4. You chose the Samhain Pile, or the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle deck. You might have noticed I look a little bit different. We're not doing a bird's eye view of the reading for the last 2 piles because my phone ran out of optimal storage, so there we go. But let's get right in. So we're gonna sage the space. Excuse me. I've been purging a lot. So it's been coming out in burps, I guess. It is what it is when you're human, right? Okay, so pile 3 was a lot longer than all the other piles. I feel bad. I don't know, like I said, when I do this, well, I guess I didn't say this yet, but when I've said it before at some point, when I do these readings, I never know, like, what's gonna come up. like, you know, I'm just like, Spirit, take the reins. So, sage, by the way, this sage is part of my smudge bundles, my energy rejuvenation smudge bundles. This is ethically sourced sage that comes in it, and it also comes with this ethically sourced Palo Santo stick, which we will and this smells so nice. Like I said, it's ethically sourced. So nice, I love it. And the sachets are 100% organic cotton, and it comes with a reusable, refillable match jar. I will be launching the refills very soon. So you can order them if you run out, if that's what you feel called to do. I will link my Etsy shop link below. So anyway, let's get in, because that's not why you came here. But it'd be nice if you did. Alright, so Spirit, tap me into pile 4's third harvest blessings. Tap me into pile 4's third harvest blessings. Tap me into my pile 4's harvest blessings. Let's see. Oh my goodness, hang on. They wanted like 1,000,000 cards to come out, and I'm like, no, just either one at a time or 4 more. Tap me into pile 4's third harvest blessings. Okay, let's see what we got. Underlying energy is altar. A sacred devotion, a worship skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. I do want to say, I almost feel like you guys are experiencing mediumship. Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind when I started turning over these cards. Let me see if I can... Okay, you can kind of see it. I like showing the cards. And, like, sorry, guys, I just, like, wasn't prepared for this detour that I took today. So, bear with me if you will, please. I'm, like, navigating around. Okay, anyway. Also, side note, I got this from a handmade artist based out of Miami. She's amazing, like, amazing. Oh, I forgot her handle off the top of my head. Oh, she's so good, though. If you DM me, I'll send you her thing. I have to look. Like I said, I don't know the name of it offhand, but she's incredible. She does all her art herself and then prints them onto her merch, which is gorgeous and super cute. I use this cup every day. This is not sponsored, BT Dubs. I just love her work, and she's really cool, really sweet. She's from Colombia, just like my dad. So anyway, so like I said, I feel like mediumship is about to break, or is breaking for you guys. And that you're like light workers, healers, maybe Reiki practitioners. You might do what I do, and you might be psychics. But I do feel like, let's see what else comes through. Because ironically enough, everything came out face up except the where you're at. So you honestly might be feeling confused about where you're at. Like, you might kind of be like what's going on. Like, maybe even feeling kind of stagnant. So, let's see. I'm like, should I turn it over? Yeah, I'm gonna turn it over. Potions and spells. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Be sure you're sure before you call. Okay. And this is number 28. It adds up to 10. So when I see that, especially for this, please make sure, I don't want to scare you, but please make sure that you are protecting yourself spiritually. Do the rituals. It might have been pile 2. There might be something for you in pile 2. I think I talked about this in pile 2. I think. I always do a protective, a guided meditation of protection before I open up to channel for anyone and anything. And then I close down after the readings are done. I think it's really important with these gifts to treat this as sacred and be very intentional. It's fun. It's a beautiful thing. It is truly that, like a gift, but it's like Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. So make sure that you are protecting yourself. Sage, use Palo Santo. I've been using Yerba Santa, which I do not sell this, by the way. But it came in like a pack that I bought a while back, and I'm just using up the last of it. I like it. It smells good. I think I might continue buying it. Might even sell it. But I've been doing that. You can sleep with like specifically a glass of salt water next to you to help. Dream catchers, salt baths are great. Protective amulets, crystals, black obsidian, black tourmaline, selenite. There's so many. Like, seriously, like, a lot of my crystals actually do focus on protection because unfortunately it was something I had to learn to navigate during the earlier stages of my journey. And make sure that you're closing down your channel, which you can also find like a chakra closing meditation as well. Or honestly, you can just imagine one by one each chakra like as an open flower, and one by one, like the petals closing. And I always imagine like a gold, like, I don't know, like a gold case covering it, not closing it down so I can't use, so it's not operative, but just protective. It's being protected in its shell, so things can't linger. Okay. Next thing, black cat, number 7. That's very spiritual. Black cats also are seen in this culture as stereotypical, like, omens of bad luck, but in the UK they're actually seen as very good luck. I see them as good luck. Black cats are very protective. Actually, I always see them as a symbol of protection, so that also coincides with what we were just talking about. There's a curious journey into the depths of the unknown, hidden so deep that only the brave will gracefully return with light in their eyes and shadow leading home. So, shadow work related to this, or diving into the depths of these gifts and learning how to harness them safely and effectively and using them to bless others. What you need to do, the underworld. 4, that's stable. Like, I always see that as like Taurus stability. rooting, grounding ourselves. Hand over your known, a shift is near. Take a leap, your journey is clear. Yeah, I feel like you're about to turn your spiritual gifts into like your full-time job. That's what this feels like. I'd be very surprised if it was anything else. Healer. Listen as the medicine, this is also another 4 by the way. Listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, a river of mercy blessed by mother, seen only by those who hold her mirror. Yeah, wow. Something might also be revealed to you during this full moon that's literally like 2 days away, in relation to this. Like I said, I don't think a lot of these things are going to come full circle until like the date of the third harvest, which I think was like October 19th. Or even like by the end of the year. But this blessing is, I did this blessing, like the reading for this for like the next couple of weeks. So, or the next few weeks. So this is soon. I also think, because this is in the obstacle position, you might be purging something very heavy and uncomfortable before you get to the other side of this. I just want to be transparent about that. This is very like intense energy. But it is very like also regal at the same time. Like I almost wanted to say like high priestess. And then the outcome. Behold sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest places if one dares to open their eyes. I don't know why, and I thought this before too, so this might have some relevance. Something that you're purging might be to do with relationship patterns, like old karmic relationship patterns, and you're like really doing the shadow work and like basically ripping up anything that was like stuck to you essentially in relation to these things, and it's gonna really unlock these gifts and like put you on a level that like even you couldn't fathom. Because this card, weirdly enough, like the girl in it, normally I'm like whatever, but it keeps alluding to like my ex-best friend, and there was a lot of karma. I still have love for her though, like always will. But there was a lot of karma there, and 27 also adds up to 9. So that's the end of a cycle. The end of a cycle. Also, 9s are karmic, very karmic. I think Saturn, ruled by Saturn as well. So this was something, whatever it is that the shadow work that you're doing a deep dive on, whatever this like really uncomfortable stuff is, like I said, I think it has to do with like karmic relationships or karmic patterns, one and the same in certain ways. You're completely purging that out, and like I said, like you're about to be like on another level with your gifts. I'm excited to hear about this. Very excited to hear about this. And before we go, I'm going to also, because of this altar, I think it would be smart to start doing like offerings to your ancestors, especially this time of year. I highly recommend that. And also maybe even, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. But if you know, you know. It's okay. That's fine. Oh, deity work. That's what I was going to say. Okay, so a mini love message for pile 4, please, Spirit. A mini love message for pile 4. Oh, here we go. Unexpected connection. Opposites attract. Wow. So that might be related to your third harvest blessing / gifts holiday. Enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. So maybe you'll see this person when you're on a holiday, or you'll meet them on a holiday, or maybe someone's about to ask you to go on holiday with them, and it ends up like really working out. But there's something about going on a holiday, so that's a little piece of your third harvest blessings. Pile 4, I'm extremely excited for you. It is perhaps a trying time at the moment, but it is going to be most definitely a rewarding time as well. So please like if it resonated, comment down below, subscribe to me, share with your best friends. It helps get the video out to those who need it, and it helps the algorithm, and it can helps me grow the channel so I can bring you the very best of me and create the very best for you. So I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.